Breakups and divorce are it's like a death.
It is a death.
It changes your whole life. Who are your safe people? Shaquita not safe.
Yep, that's right. It got messy real quick.
Auntie gets off the phone and calls your cousins.
It's a whole family reunion on the phone about you.
You're recording your peaks and valleys.
Yeah, that's it. I like that.
And so we have to remind ourselves we don't stay low.
Do not stay down. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
do anything that's going to interfere with your peace of mind.
I looked to the sky and I said, oh my gosh, Lord, do not take me now. I still have babies. It felt like death.
And you don't know that that's how your partner is coping. You automatically think that your partner is doing something against you.
You're the blessing. I like
so whatever you're going through, be you.
And welcome to another episode of Beauty Told, your relationship podcast, where me and my beautiful guests, we take those struggles and challenges that you deal with in the relationship and dating world, we expound on it, and the overall goal is that you will have changed, healthy relationships going forward. So welcome. So I did not come to disappoint. I know you guys have been loving seeing some of my solo episodes, but it's time to switch back to what we know. And I have my beautiful guest with me. And you know what? I'm going to let her introduce herself, even though she's really not a stranger. Me and her go way back.
Yes.
So, Miss Shavaun Jones, go ahead and let the people know who you are.
Hello, I'm Shavaun G. Jones. I had the pleasure of meeting Miss Brittany when I was on the Pull Up podcast. I am a licensed clinical professional therapist.
So it is a mouthful now.
Yeah, it is. And I'm so happy to be here today.
Well, we are glad to have you. And listen, you guys, we are coming with another hot, juicy topic. It doesn't change up. My guests may change, but y'all already know that what we're going to talk about remains the same. It's hot and juicy. Now, this one, a lot of people don't like to talk about this. In fact, for a lot of folks, it's challenging because, you have to address it head on or else it will take you out, literally. So we are going to be talking about, you guys, recovering from heartache. Because that heartache ain't pain, honey. There ain't nothing like it. I have been through it. And for me, that's just personally me now. It is worse than giving childbirth because that emotional and that mental, the way that it tugs on that, you don't want to eat, you can't sleep, you feel like you can't breathe because you really miss that certain individual. But Shavaun here is going to help give us some insight on how we can make those steps towards recovering from it, because the heartbreak and the breakup does not have to be the end all be all. There is still life, there is still hope, and you can find your love, your true love, once you get past, the hardships of it all. So girl, we about to get into it, okay? So when it comes to that, when it comes to us trying to recover, what's maybe in your profession been the worst advice you have heard when it comes to dealing with a breakup?
So there's a lot of things that you will hear when folks are dealing with a breakup. A lot of people are told when they're breaking up that, oh, you should stick through it. So I think that's one of the number one things people are told, because one, you don't know someone's individual struggle or a couple's individual struggle. I think instead of listening to what someone is going through or what a couple is going through, the outside world tends to think that couples should stick through it. And I think what we should do, number one, is listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we care about people, I think we should listen to them.
I think so too. You know, the Bible even speaks of, you know, be slow to speak, but quick to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So you are valid with that. And you're also valid with the fact that if people don't know the gist of everything that's been going on, they'll be quick to say, you know, make it work. People told me that with, you know, with my previous marriage, like, oh, make it work, make it work. And we tried. We tried, okay? Right. And he still kept doing what he was doing, okay? Mm-hmm. But there comes a point where I know for me, I had to be careful of who I was giving this information to. Every time we get into an argument and a debate or whatever the case may be, every problem we went through, it depends on who you're telling. Mm-hmm. So I think we do have to learn to be more selective of who you're sharing that information with. So that way, you know, you're getting a neutral like answer or a neutral, you know, recommendation or advice versus somebody that's either one-sided, you know, for you or one-sided for them. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna get that resolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we should be supportive of whatever a couple's choice is or individual's choice is, what they're gonna do. Yeah. We need to support them in that.
For sure.
You know, be supportive in what they're doing, and listen to them.
Yeah.
And offer them support and love. Another thing we tend to do is we tell folks, "Oh, you need to pray through that," as if we don't think.
Right. You know, yeah, we weren't doing that.
We think people aren't praying through their struggles. Yeah. If they're believers. Yeah. Or whatever their choice of faith is. Mm-hmm. We don't think people are praying for their struggles. You know, I mean, I know I'm a God-fearing person. Yes. And I'm also a divorcee. And I know that through my struggles, I prayed every day.
Multiple times a day.
Right.
Oh, Lord, can it get any
but I also know that faith without works is dead. So I was praying and I was working through my relationship, but I don't have control over another person.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You can't fight by yourself.
Exactly. And so you have to be in unison with that. And so once a couple they're not evenly yoked anymore, what can you do with that?
What can you do? Yeah. That's it.
You know.
That's it. And a lot of times, guys, he's giving you a way of escape. Just say, you know.
Exactly. And so are you even listening to what God is saying to you?
No, that's valid.
Are we listening? Mm-hmm. Because is this the space that God wants you in any longer?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes we try to be the author of our own fate. And it don't work. It don't work. And I think sometimes we didn't have to go through what we went through so long if we really was listening intently for him to tell you what to do.
Exactly. I was with someone earlier and I was saying part of the struggle that I was going through, because in my relationship, we were both brought up in faith.
In the church. Okay.
Yeah, but if one of the people, if that's not what their belief system is any longer, I can't force that person to. That's not where they are any longer, and I can't. And I'm not saying that they're wrong for that. And that's what we have to remember, that human beings grow and evolve continually,
for sure.
And so, as we develop and grow, folks can grow apart. And so that's why couples have to continue to check in with one another. Yeah. And so when you're with someone for a long time, for decades.
Yeah.
So you got to check in with that person, because that's not the same person that you initially married.
For sure.
And so initially we were both Christians. that doesn't mean that person is still a Christian.
Yep.
So I was going to church.
Yeah. Yep. And the other person was not.
Exactly.
The prayer life was decreasing more and more with that person while it was increasing with you. I went through it all.
So what do you do in that instance?
True.
So that's a different.
Yeah.
And those are things that will cause a demise of a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If you're actually paying attention to realize it too, because some people, again, stick in it way longer than they should.
Mm-hmm.
And we all struggle with that. In fact, we do it so much that it does become just so, it overtakes us. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to someone, let's say if someone did finally get the strength to leave, Shavaun, how is it that they can be able to do it in a more like healthier way? Because at some point, you get to, it starts to physically start to hurt you. I know for myself, and I've told you guys on previous episodes, I got to a point where I wasn't eating.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even drinking properly.
Mm-hmm.
I was losing weight, but in an unhealthy way.
Mm-hmm.
I was not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if it hadn't been for my kids, I don't know what could have been the ultimate outcome. I don't know if I would still be here. Like, it was really that bad where it physically took me out.
Yeah.
So for someone that's maybe dealing with, or maybe having a hard time dealing with a breakup, how can they be able to also prevent themselves from physically letting it get deathly?
And so for someone who's having a difficult time during their breakup, what I would suggest is make sure that you have a good support system around you. Those things are key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And supports can be a varied amount of things. Like, I know, like, when I'm working with my clients, and I'm doing an intake, I talk to folks about what does your support look like?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's very important. Because therapy can last for a long time or it could be a short time.
Yeah.
So you want to know what is your natural support system. So natural support system can be church or religious affiliation. It could be your family. It could be your friends. It could be your organizations. You could be in a sorority or a fraternity. You can play sports. You can do all kinds of things. Yeah. All of those things are very important. And the reason why is because things like breakups and supports are, and divorce, breakups and divorce are like, almost like horrific things. It's like a death.
It is a death.
It changes your whole life. Nobody gets in a relationship thinking like, I'm gonna lose this. Right. Like when you get in a relationship, most of the time you're like, this is my forever.
Yeah.
That's what you feel like.
That's it.
And so you're not thinking this thing is gonna end. And so that's why I'm always telling folks, like, I ask folks, like, who's your friends?
Yeah, who's your influence?
Yeah. Like, who's your family, or who are you close to in your family? Who do you hang out with? What do you do when you get off of work or when you get out of school? Yeah. Because most likely those are the things that you touch base with. Do you volunteer in church? Because those are the people like you're talking to all the time. Are you in the band? Do you play basketball in a league? Like, those things are important. I know that we think like, oh, I just do this stuff like every day. That's no big deal. It is a big deal because that's your everyday life. Yeah. And in our everyday life, a lot of times we'll be like, hey, can I ask you a question? Have you ever... That's really like your everyday... Yeah, that stuff like organic conversations.
Yep, definitely.
And we don't realize how close we are with people when we start asking them like, "Hey, did you see that show yesterday? Did you see what happened on that show? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Did you see when such and such left such and such?" That kind of like affected me.
Yeah.
Did that ever happen to you? Because those start casual conversations. And then we start talking about instances in our lives and we connect with people that way.
That's true. That's true. No, that's good. A good support system sometimes can be hard to find. So you do have to, like you said, you do have to find them in the right places, the right people to be able to give you good sound advice because everybody does
They
not
don't have.
give.
But you know what else I also talk about safe people. So that's
safe people, huh? Okay, please do tell.
Because
Let me sip my tea today. Give me
sip your tea. Because we do have to, especially like with the young folks, and when I'm working with like kids in school.
Yeah.
When you're identifying your support system, I ask them who's your safe person? Who are your safe people? Because everybody in our surrounding folks, they're not safe people.
No.
Because like, say for instance, like I'm gonna talk about like our high school groups.
Okay.
Because that's what we're learning, like who's safe and who's not.
Yeah.
Like if you told Shaquita I was talking to Byron, and Byron started talking to Tiffany, and then Shaquita went back to Tiffany, Shaquita not safe.
Yep, that's right. It got messy real quick.
Exactly.
Messy real quick.
Then you need to start thinking about what you're going to do about Shaquita in your life.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Because some people are just in your life for a season, not for a long time. I've had to learn that the hard way as well.
So that's what, so we have to start teaching and figuring out who's safe. And sometimes we have those people in our family. Are some of our family members safe?
That's true.
Because we have family members who don't actually have appropriate boundaries.
That's true. They'll say whatever comes to mind.
Right.
Or your business become everybody's business to your point with the high school analogy. Like, it's like, Auntie, I told you that in confidence. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Like, you might call Auntie and tell Auntie, you know what, me and my husband having problems over here. And you're telling Auntie because you're trying to get through the issues with you and your husband.
Yeah.
Then Auntie gets off the phone and calls your cousins.
It's a whole family reunion on the phone about you.
Those are inappropriate boundaries.
It is. And that's when you should learn, and for my beauties and gents, that it ain't everybody's business. It is not everybody's business. If you gotta sometimes, I know for myself, and I don't know, and I'm gonna ask you, Shavaun, as well. For me, I had to learn how to just put my thoughts and whatever I was feeling into a journal.
That's excellent. So those are really, I love journaling. Me first of all. So, and I talk to clients about journaling all the time. I journal in a lot of different ways. I'm a creative creature though.
Okay, so there's different ways to journal. Okay.
Yeah, and just because my mind is kind of like all over the place. So it just depends on what's going on with me. I had a couple of health crises the last couple of years. And so journaling helped me get through my health crisis. And so it depends on how I'm feeling. And so if I feel like I need to write something down, I might go into my writing journal.
Okay.
Because I need to get something out. More recently, I have a sketching journal. And so I could be in a low mood.
Okay.
So, some people might say they're depressed.
Right.
So, I might want to sketch. So I have a sketching journal in which I sketch in.
I didn't know.
Yeah. And so I'll go into that sketch. Oh, I'm sorry, sketching journal.
Okay.
And sketch out some things sometimes, and you can see.
So you're good at drawing, guys.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like I'm like an artist or whatever, but you can kind of see some of my moods, of what's going on. A lot of my stuff is like outdoor scenery stuff.
That's okay.
Like it's like
it's uniquely you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize that. I guess I didn't realize there's different forms of journaling, because I think at one time, if I maybe forgot my journal at home, but I really wanted to get a thought off, voice notes can help as well.
Yeah.
Just being able to, gather yourself, because, I'd be at my point of wit's end, and I'm like, okay, the journaling really does help to kind of just, suppress that and really be able to get it out in a different way.
Yeah. And and it also is recording your journey.
Yes.
And so
yes.
What I tell people is you want to record your journey, because what if you were in a low mood one day and you recorded that low mood, and then you recorded your success, and then we get back in our low mood,
Of course, yeah.
and you go to your journal, and you see how you got yourself out of that low mood. You reminded yourself, you know what? I go low, but I also go high.
All right, Shavaun. You preaching out, girl.
Yeah, so you're recording your peaks and valleys.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I like that.
And so we have to remind ourselves we don't stay low.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good point. Beauties and Gens, do not, under any circumstance. It's okay to be, like you said, down and out sometimes. It's just part of being human. It's just part of life. But do not, I repeat, do not stay down.
Right.
We all can get back up again. All right.
What did Donnie McClurkin say?
Come on now. You don't get me singing now. Y'all know I sings in the choir. Don't get
up.
We definitely get back up, and it doesn't seem like it in that moment.
No,
when you at your lowest of low, it seems first of all, it's the most darkest place that you'll be in, and you can't even see a speck of light, and that's the scariest place to be. And it's so hard for you to be able to see anything positive when you're just in this isolated place.
Right. And so that's what depression and anxiety does. So what we have to remember is that the mind will play tricks on you. And so one of the things that we learn in school, especially about anxiety, is that what your brain will do is it'll start telling you no. So once you start hearing words like no, don't, can't, you'll hear those words in your brain.
Right.
So once you start hearing all that negative self-talk, so those are indicators that most likely you're getting ready to spiral. Wow. So I'll start telling my clients, I want you to start really picking up on those words.
Okay.
When I hear myself saying, no, I can't. No, I don't. I won't. I shoulda. I coulda. I woulda. Those are indicators that I am most likely negatively telling myself that I'm about to spiral into.
Wow. Okay.
And so you want to train yourself to rethink.
Yep. Rethink your stinking thinking.
I like that, stinking thinking.
Yep.
And so that's when I want my clients to reframe.
Yeah, that's good.
So I want you to kick in because I try to get my clients to start creating affirmations, positive affirmations, and positive self-talk. So that's the time to start positively thinking no, yes, I can.
Okay.
I can do things. I am.
Yeah. So I basically turn around all those. So basically, all those words is the opposite. That's good.
I am capable. I do have ability.
Yeah. The affirmations help a lot. You know what? I used to watch, and this is one of my favorite shows, is Being Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Love that show. And one of the things that actually caught my eye episode after episode is she would write on a sticky note and stick it up on her mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the morning, like you can't help but see it. So I actually started that when I was on my road to recovering, from heartbreak, is that I would write these notes. You are great.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a better day.
Mm-hmm.
Today you gonna shine, girl. Different things. And so before I knew it, covered my entire mirror. And in the morning, I would just randomly pick one and read it. And at night, I would come up with one to place back on there. So it was always, kind of like a back and forth, a replenishing of it.
That is really good. And I'm gonna tell you, when you are, like I said, when you're going through a major breakup like that, you actually have to kind of like pad yourself with things like that.
Yeah.
Because again, your life is totally changing, especially like with like divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like your whole life is like crashing down.
It definitely does.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
Where do I start as far as picking the pieces back up?
Exactly. So it's like every day you wake up.
Yeah.
Especially like if you were waking up every day with a person.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to wake up every day by yourself.
Yeah. Yep. With your own thoughts and all that.
With your own thoughts, by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What if that person was the person who got you up every day? In my instance, my person woke me up every day.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, no, I got to wake myself up every day.
I know. The reality.
And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like replacing all the things that the person used to do for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Like things like holidays.
Yeah, those can be tough.
What do you do over the holidays? And so those are things that are triggering for folks.
Yes.
Like holidays, birthdays. How do you get through birthdays? How do you get through holidays?
Yeah. What would have been anniversaries when you're trying to...
What do you do on anniversary?
Like, today would have been the 10th anniversary. You know what I mean? Like, it just...
Those things are so rough for folks.
Yeah. Now, how can someone get over those triggering moments where something, maybe they have a flashback, maybe they do come across, a song that they used to share with that significant person, or those anniversary or birthday dates come. What's a way that they can be able to...
So you got to learn how to take care of yourself, and you have to create new things for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because life has truly changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at that point you're grieving.
Yeah.
So you have to create new situations for yourself, because it is a situation where you'll get emotionally triggered. You have the possibility of getting emotionally triggered.
Yeah.
And so you might want to give yourself a spa day.
Okay.
Because like
those are lovely beauties. I'm just saying.
Like you might say, okay, or you might say, you know what? Let me get up today. This is going to be a workout day for me today, because if you're going to have sensations in your body, because people are emotionally triggered in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you might say, you know what? I'm getting up today and I'm working out today.
Yeah. Yep.
However, whatever helps you in your mood, that's what you need to do. I probably would have a spa day.
The spa day is always nice. Get your nails done.
Yeah. Take yourself out to dinner.
Yeah.
Have a date. Start dating yourself.
For some people, though, Shavaun, that's scary. For some people, that is still a sense of loneliness with it.
I know. I've realized that because I work with people on dating themselves. I know that's a tough thing. It wasn't tough for me because I actually took myself out before I was married, before I did before I was in relationships, it
Mhm.
wasn't difficult for me to go out with
Okay.
myself.
Yeah.
So that concept for me isn't difficult, but for people I work with and friends that I have, I know that's a difficult thing for
Yeah.
them. Um, and so you might have to ease into it. Folks do have difficulty with that
Mhm.
alone time with themselves, but you gotta learn how to sit in quiet with
Yeah.
yourself. Be comfortable with yourself. Get to know yourself because that's really what the job is, to get to know
Yeah,
yourself.
for sure.
Uh that was my biggest job in this journey
Mm.
because I actually have been married for a long time. So I really didn't know who this Shavaun was.
Okay.
Because I've been married since I was like in my 20s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
That's a nice amount of time now.
I was a young woman. I didn't have any kids or
Yeah.
anything. And so I had to figure out who I was
Mhm.
in this era
Okay.
of what do you call this? Social media
Yes,
and internet.
this is a
It
new
was
world.
none of this.
Yeah.
And so that was a challenge for me.
Okay.
And so listen. So I get it for these folks who don't even know how to like
Yeah.
be by
It's
themselves.
awkward. It
It's
doesn't feel
awkward.
right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't feel right. And so it's like a mental exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
a
it's
way to
like
look at it.
anything that you're not used to,
Uh-huh.
or think of it as regular exercise, physical exercise.
Okay.
Once you start doing something, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's
I
gonna hurt.
know. It does. Listen, do you know how long it took me to get comfortable eating at a restaurant by myself? It was the most awkward and
Tell us about it, Brittany.
whew. Well, let's just say for one, it's cool at first when you're sitting down because you can just occupy your time looking at the menu.
Yeah.
Now, once you have found out what you want, now what do you do? You know, because this is usually the time when you would be talking with somebody, you know what I mean? And being able to converse with someone. There ain't nobody there. Now, I could do that, and I'm really going to look crazy. Or I guess I don't know. Eventually I would get on my phone, but I started getting smart and bringing something that I can maybe read, or bringing like a little notepad and getting maybe some agendas that I want to tackle,
That's
tasks and
smart.
everything. Like, oh yeah, I could do this tomorrow. I could do, just planning out your life, planning out your day, planning out your week, however it flows. As women, we have like 50 things going on in our minds anyway. So why not take that me time
That's right.
to get me together? Okay, so it took a while though, because at first I was like, Lord, this was a bad idea. Should have just grabbed some takeout.
That's excellent because actually, before when I used to go out by myself, depending on what I was doing, like if I was going to a diner, I would actually take a book. So this was a long time ago before we had all these social media. If I was going to a diner, I would take a book and I would read a book.
Okay.
If I was going to a bar, I would go to a bar, drink a glass of wine. I would actually meet people. Do we know how to do that in this day and age? So I would. Like, I would
Yeah.
have a glass of wine. And back in the day, before we had social media, it was nothing to go to a bar by yourself, have a glass of wine, and people would actually sit next to each other
And they talk to you back,
and
huh?
talk to each other.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. And you would just conversate with one another.
Yeah.
And so, and you didn't have to like know them forever.
True. They could be a newfound friend. You didn't even know it.
Exactly. And
Yep.
so, it would be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably the best advice I've ever, not only received, but I started to recognize for myself was, okay, during this time where, obviously things didn't work with that particular person, like, let me just still enjoy life and just figure it out day by day, just take that and just become more, just have that self-love and that self-care, you know?
Right.
Get myself dialed up and cute. Go to the gym, because as you already know, that gym was my best friend, because I'm like, you know what? It went from me trying to get the revenge body so he'll want me back to I'm gonna make him regret the day he ever let me go, because I'm gonna be my best self. You hear me? And I did just that, okay? So I just really think that we got to change that thinking for sure.
Right.
And use it to your advantage. Because, man, it's game changing. Like, it's only up from there once you finally figure that out and figure out your value and worth.
Right. And start focusing in on you.
You realize you ain't need them anyways.
You start focusing on things that you like. I remember when I used to, like, I didn't realize, because me and my partner, ex-partner, we used to go shopping together all the time.
Okay.
So I forgot what it was like just to be able to shop by myself.
Wow.
And be able to just not have to be at the beck and call of somebody else's time, because he liked me at his side all the time.
Oh, gosh. Not all the time, Shavaun. So it probably did take you a while to get used to not having that.
I can go, and I'm a little bit slower pace.
Okay.
You know.
Are you talking about in regards to shopping or
everything?
Everything. Oh.
And he's like,
oh my goodness, y'all were the opposites attract, huh? Okay. Right.
Now I can like look at things. I can take my time. I can go to different stores. You know, so that's really getting to be me and know who I am organically.
That's right.
I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
And that eases anxiety.
It does. It does. It gives you a peace of mind that we all need. That the mental is so important. And, you know, that's what I realized throughout, you know, the healing process, the journey of recovering from a breakup was just really learning as I grow and really realizing that it gets better. Like I've already told you guys. And again, I know, shout out to Tony Gaston, but he gave some profound advice when he told me this, is that the day one of a breakup is not as bad once you get to day 70 or once you get to day 121 or once you get to day 153. It gets easier with time. So actually, speaking of which, how can someone get out of the unhealthiness? Because you have that urge to want to text that person. You have that urge to want to check their social media page and see who they got now. So how can someone, you know, get away from that, you know, not feel tempted in that way to check up on that ex?
So you have to really start talking to yourself about what are your motives? What exactly are you looking for? What when you go on those social media pages, what are you trying to find? Because, and is that going to be healthy for you? How is that going to make you feel?
Yeah. So
is that going to make, what's the outcome? What outcomes are you looking for? Yeah. Is that something, because if you're on a journey to feel healthier, to be better, you're going to go on. So say, okay, I've been feeling better. I've been doing better. Now I'm going to go on that social media page. Is that going to take me backwards?
For sure. It usually always does.
Exactly.
Because if you're going to find what you're looking for,
you're going to find what you're looking for.
So
that's not a part of your health journey.
Yeah.
So stay off of that person's social media page. Yeah. In regards to texting, why are you texting them? What do you need to talk to them about?
Yep.
If you guys are separating and splitting up, what are you talking about?
Yep. That's good.
Is it going to be a productive conversation? What unfinished business do you have?
Right. especially depending on how ugly it got.
Exactly. Is this going to promote your health?
Yeah.
Because if it's not about promoting your health,
Yep. Don't do it.
don't do it.
Don't.
Don't do anything that's going to interfere with your peace of mind.
That's good. So for those who feel like they need that closure conversation, think twice before doing so, because is it really necessary to have that closure? Is it really going to be beneficial in a positive way to be able to talk to that person and realize that, oh, we didn't address this before we broke up? Is that really the make or break of it though? Or were there other things that you turned a blind eye to, and once it hit, it hit? So that's great advice, because we all have been there where the temptation became overwhelming, and a lot of times I can't remember how many times that has backfired on me so bad.
Right.
Let me see what he's doing, and there's a picture of him booed up.
And that's not closure enough for
It,
him?
right. Now you feel like you done got hit right apart twice instead of once. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, this has been good. I knew it was gonna be good now. So I want to make sure that people understand the importance of seeking not only the support system of family and friends, but the importance of therapy in the times where things are haywire and chaotic and you're going through those, emotional distresses. Like, what do you feel like is the pivotal point where someone should seek, a therapist to be able to help them to really iron things out within themselves to be a healthier? Yeah.
So I always tell folks, especially when they've reached me, a professional therapist, it is not, I don't want people to feel bad like when they come to therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy is something that is truly a good thing that they've reached, that you reached out.
Yeah.
I always, when they come and they're there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you my little commercial. That's what I tell them.
I can give them that pitch, huh?
Yeah, I have a little commercial I give them. I tell them, like, at some point in time, we all are going to be hit with a bout of fear or sadness.
Yeah.
And that could be labeled as anxiety or depression. Every human being in life is going to be faced with grief and loss. That's the human condition. We can't run away from that.
Yeah.
We all had to go through COVID.
Oh, for sure.
We couldn't, nobody could get away from that. And that brought everybody, I don't care who you were in life, that brought us all down to even ground.
Wow.
Everybody was
right.
Everybody was floored by COVID.
For sure.
And so once you get to a point where you're at the counseling table or the desk, I ask folks, now you've come here because it's not odd to want to come to counseling. You're just seeking some assistance from an objective point of view. That's all you're doing.
Okay.
Because when we're seeking help from our natural supports, we're just asking for assistance from folks who care about us. And they're giving us assistance from a point of view from love and care.
Oh.
So they're giving us guidance.
For sure.
And they're like giving us love and guidance from a view of their love and care.
Yeah.
So they're gonna guide us.
Give that heart to heart.
That heart to heart, and
what's best for you at the end of the day.
Yeah, they want what's best for us. But it's gonna be a little guidance from how they feel about us.
That's true. That's true.
So I know if I'm giving my kids advice, it's gonna be from mommy love.
I know.
It's not gonna be from
your actual profession, huh?
from professional love. So, I
Yeah.
can't help my kids the way I help my clients.
That's true. That's true.
So
definitely
it's not gonna be objective at all.
Yeah. Well, wait, I gotta hear. So, what is your elevator pitch when you're giving them the commercial for you? How do you usually start off with your clients?
Like, this is just what I say.
Just okay,
That's the
exactly
commercial.
like that, verbatim.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to sit with my clients and I'm gonna listen to them. And I'm gonna give them the guidance of reflection, reframing, and all the love and education,
Absolutely.
from that perspective, that their family can give them.
That's true. I learned that too. It was only so much that I could be able to get from family or friends that I trusted, because by this time I got smart to know who I could tell and who I should not tell anything of what's going on. Because mine got juicy.
Yeah.
And it was at that point, that pivotal point, where I started to realize, well, maybe some of what I could have did better does stem back to my childhood. Now, not everybody has that aha moment where they realize that, because mine definitely was from the abuse that I suffered as a child. I could not properly love someone or recognize receiving the love back. So, because it felt awkward, it felt strange, it didn't feel right, it didn't sit right with me. But that's when I realized I needed therapy to be able to really peel the layers and figure out how can I get to a place of being able to show love. Because I want to be able to do that,
Yeah.
And I realized that was also what was detrimentally missing. It was just really critical in my marriage that I couldn't bring forward fully, So, that was definitely an awakening for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I encourage everyone to.
Yeah, that happens in a lot. That
Yeah.
happens with a lot of couples. It happens in a lot of marriages. Um, and folks that they don't even know that, because for most marriages and most relationships, especially like in the United States, they you come together on what we feel and what we are modeled and what we think is love,
Right.
or romantic love. And so, and there's a lot of trauma bonding here,
For sure.
And so we don't recognize or know what that is. So then when the difficulties come about, we don't know how to handle them and we don't know what to do with them.
Nope.
All we feel is difficulty.
Yeah. Yep. Then we get defensive.
Yep.
That was me.
And we start putting up defense mechanisms.
Shutting down. I ain't gonna say. So you just talk to us.
Fight, flight, freeze.
Yep.
Fawn.
Yeah.
And then you might see your partner doing those things.
Yep.
And you don't know that that's how your partner is coping. You automatically think that your partner is doing something against you.
Yep.
You don't know when your partner is shutting down. You think that your partner, you're saying, hey, partner.
Right.
I'm talking to you.
Right. I know you hear me.
I know you hear me. You think your partner is ignoring you.
Yeah. But
when your partner is like, I can't respond to you right now.
Yep. Sometimes it's best that I don't respond.
Exactly. Because what if your partner was in fight mode?
Yep.
Because your partner is being triggered by you. And that's another thing that happens.
Yep, for sure. Because, oh my God, the conversations I'll be having in my head, like, Brittany, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't do that, man, like that. Like, that's when I was just like, you know what? Then it's best. Mama always taught you. You ain't got nothing that's nice to say. Don't say it at all. So I would just.
And see, we're not taught those things. And you see how many things play out in social media. We see how many folks are in jail.
Yep.
We see how many people are in trouble.
Yep.
But we're not taught about how many people are emotionally triggered.
Yeah.
How many people are not taught how to interact relationally with one another.
For sure.
And we just don't have the skills.
Nope. You don't know what you don't know, too.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Not at all. It's scary. Yeah, it can definitely be scary.
I remember, and so I thank God for my profession, for my marriage, as long as, because I think my marriage lasted as long as it did.
Yeah.
Because of the things that I was learning in my profession.
Yeah.
And I think that I was a way more effective parent.
Yeah.
Because of my profession.
Your background.
And so I'm grateful for that. But
Yeah.
God is a miraculous guy. He knows what he was doing.
Hello.
Yeah. So I'm so grateful for all those things.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And again, God was definitely the strongest foundation of which I could be able to stand up, get back up again, and really go full force. If it hadn't been for God during those trying times, I don't know where I would be.
Right.
And so for those that are watching and listening and wanting to know what are some maybe beginning steps for them going in the right direction of healing and becoming a better oneself, what would be some maybe different things that you could advise them to be able to start off with as they're trying to get back from, recovering from this?
So I think if somebody feels like they are under a lot of tremendous distress, from a long-term breakup or divorce, the first thing you want to do is the first thing you do is check in with yourself. Check in with yourself. And if you feel like you need to talk to someone, reach out to someone. There's all sorts of tremendous supports out there as far as therapy and counseling. There is counseling in the church. There's counseling. There's mental health counseling. There's marriage and therapy counseling. There is.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The small group.
Yeah.
So that was in a single small group at one point, but it was also a marriage one, engagement one.
Yeah. You know what? So we do marital counseling to help couples stay together, but we also do marriage counseling to help couples get effectively separated.
Yeah.
And that is tremendous work because a lot of times there are children involved.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we forget about.
For
like
sure.
when a couple is separating, it's not just the couple. There are children involved, there are families involved. In my instance per se, like me and my spouse, we were married for 20 years plus.
Wow.
We have 3 children involved, and we have families involved. That was a huge family that was joined. That is joined. I'm gonna say is joined together. Me and my ex-spouse are great friends.
Yeah.
And when we finally were able to get things solidified and separate, the agreement is that we will do family together and do what we could to make sure that our kids were good.
Okay. That's fair.
But you have to be able to get the individual together to be able to do that.
Yeah, because that takes maturity for sure.
Because when you join together in marriage, you don't just join together as 2 individuals. marriage is the joining of two families together. And I think that people forget about that. If you join together religiously, you're joining together two families.
Yeah.
And so there's so many parties involved.
It is. Yeah. It is.
And so
it affects you think of a breakup, but it does affect those around you, family,
right.
friends.
So you have to talk to people. You got to talk to.
Yeah.
You got to go talk to everybody. You got to go and tell everybody. Like, that is a lot to do.
It is. It's a lot, for sure.
So good counsel is helpful.
I agree.
So to just say, like, I'm breaking up, that's not helpful.
No, not at all. Especially when people are like, well, why? That's always the follow-up question. So you got to go back down memory lane to actually say what all has, happened to get to this point, because it comes as a shock for everyone. So.
Yeah. So it's not uncommon to have couples counseling to get divorced. That is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've had some couples in our practice that have separated.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean don't have individual counseling
for
yourself.
sure. For sure. Always necessary.
Definitely, that would be helpful too. Also, because you know, I think I heard you mention something about physical symptoms too. Go to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go and see about yourself.
Yeah.
Emotional health is connected to physical health. Because you can definitely start really feeling ill from a significant loss in your life.
Yeah.
That is a real thing. Depression and anxiety takes a toll on you, where you will feel like, I don't want to sleep and I don't want to eat. And one of the things that um a PCP will ask you at your doctor is, how much are you eating and how much are you sleeping? So one of the things that I'll ask you is, how much are you eating and how much are you sleeping?
Yeah.
The reason that we're asking you those questions is because they're quality of life questions.
Okay.
The other question is this affecting your work? Is this affecting your school?
Because it can.
Those are quality of life questions. Are you having suicidal ideation? Those are quality of life.
Yeah.
And if any of those things are affecting you, it sounds like you're in danger. And if you are, that means that you are significantly having an effect on your quality of life. So that means me as a clinician, your doctor as a clinician, we're doing like checklists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Evaluate
to see just how extreme it got.
The doctor have you stand on a scale to see if you've lost a large amount of weight.
Yep. Because again, it wasn't healthy weight that you lost. So yeah, it can definitely takes a toll.
Yes. Or if you gained a significant amount of weight. And and sometimes like we'll ask you, how's your eating habits? Because if you're not eating a lot, or if you're eating, if you're overeating to compensate the pain that you're going through.
Yeah, neither one is good.
Or are you are you drinking a significant amount of alcohol? Or have you been abusing drugs or over the counter drugs? So, all kinds of things will start happening.
Or a mixture of all that.
Right. All of these things will start happening because it's so painful. People don't want to deal with the reality of what's going on in their lives.
Yeah. They rather be in that bubble and entertain all these unhealthy, activities that, you're killing yourself.
Right.
You are slowly killing yourself, and it's it can come to a point where if you don't catch it in time, like you said, it can get critical.
Right, because it's a loss.
Yeah.
And it's painful. Like, so I talk to people about awareness and I ask them, like, do you know what your anxiety feels like or do you know what your depression feels like? And sometimes they'll look at me and they'll be like, well, what do you mean? Like, I know what it feels like when I get anxious.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel it in my chest or sometimes I feel it in my belly.
Yep.
So I'm trying to teach people to catch it.
Okay. That's good. So that way they can recognize it. Yeah.
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 Where is it?
Yeah.
Because it can feel very painful or it can feel like it can catch you, and if you start feeling it, then you can gain better control over it.
No, that's a good point. Because I remember one time in particular was right after I had recovered from COVID and I returned to work. And I'll never forget it because we had decided to do ugly Christmas sweaters. So I was already in a sweater and I was taking on my first client. I haven't, been face to face with anyone in weeks, because this is when they made you do like the dramatic 10 days at home.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you retest and all this other stuff. So I get back front to front with someone and they come with this outlandish situation. They want to dispute this and da da da. And she's like really, just getting really high, at pitched or whatever, and just getting really angry. And I start sweating. Was one of the things. I'm overheating super, super fast.
That's the physical.
Yeah. I mean, it was slowly erupting. Then I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I literally remember I had to lock my keyboard. I said, excuse me. And I'm in a panic. Excuse me. I'll be right back. And I ran out of that office, ran to my manager. I'm already out of breath because her office wasn't that far. And I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And I'm grasping for air. I'm grasping for air. And I'm like, oh my God. And I remember, I'll never forget it. I looked to the sky and I said, oh my gosh, like, Lord, do not take me now. I still have babies. Like, it felt like death that just soon as it struck so hard. I remember taking off my sweater. I'm like, call the ambulance. Like, it got serious. And I had no idea.
Did you hear yourself? You were like, Lord, you
please don't take me now. I got babies that are needing their mom. Like, I remember pleading with God, don't take me this.
But see, I work with some people. They wouldn't have even started like acknowledging it. They would have just let it overtake them.
And so that's the hospital that like, you have anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. So some people will let panic and anxiety overtake them, or like what we were talking about before with the stuffing or the alcohol or drug with the panic, find stuff it. I don't want to feel the panic.
I don't want to feel it.
I don't want to. So I'm going to take these pills.
Using different outlets.
Yeah, let me go get the cookies. I feel it coming on.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat these cookies. And so they've gotten in a habit of doing those things. And so that's what they do to suppress it.
Wow. It's sad. And again, it's always a beautiful thing when you can be able to recognize these things, start making the necessary changes, and really starting to take your life back.
Take your life back. That's why it's good to like have a support system. Get you a therapist.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor.
Yep.
And start developing some routines like we're talking about. Develop some coping skills, but you might have to start with those frontline things first, like going to the doctor, get a therapist.
Yeah.
Let the therapist help you start developing coping skills like journaling.
Yeah. Definitely.
Learning how to do breathing techniques.
The watch actually has some settings to do that.
Yeah. Because those panic attacks are real.
They're real.
I've been working with my clients on grounding.
Okay.
Grounding is good.
Okay.
That's really good.
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things that folks can do, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you can move to the activities like learning how to date yourself and do things by yourself. Because if you're in a stage where you got to learn how to get through panic, learning how to be by yourself might be difficult.
It definitely.
Like, you got to grow into, okay, I'm about to go to the movies by myself.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's something that I had to embrace. Like, that might be something major for this client to do.
Yeah.
Because I can I can do all that. I've been going to the movies by myself. I love to go to the movies by myself.
I do too. I was doing that before my marriage fell apart.
Exactly. Like, I was trying to run out the house to go.
Oh, me too.
When you raised
I already had my ticket bought tonight.
Kids and had 2 dogs and a husband that was like, come do this.
Right.
Right. I couldn't wait to go. Yeah. I can't wait to go to the movies by myself.
That's right. Recline it back.
I want to run out the house
for it. Yes, I did. Like, I've been back, phone on silence. Okay, don't bother me. No, it's nothing like it. And for those who are watching and listening, the overall goal that me and Shavaun want you guys to realize is that yes, it is okay to get it through the mud as far as dealing with it. Everybody has their own way of dealing with it. Just don't stay there, and just know, just like ourselves and so many others, you can get back up again. You can be able to just take one step, one foot before the other, and you will see that there is beauty on the other side of that breakup.
Yes.
So this has been fabulous. Is there anything that you would want to leave as, some last advice for my beauties and gents that are watching in regards to?
Yes. You know what? I want to say this. You, for all the beauties and gents, I tell all my clients, no matter what you're struggling with, you should do it one day at a time. And whatever day you get through and whatever you achieve through that day, bask in that day and pat yourself on the back and just say, yay, like, this is an awesome day. Like, I know people are always like, you're always so positive. Like, God has blessed us with so many wonderful things in each day. You know what? Anybody who knows me, like, I just use everything in life to like go through a healing journey. I think everything in life is a blessing. I garden, I draw, I write, everything you can use in life to heal. It's just a blessing. So whatever you're good at, whatever you enjoy, whatever you do, use it. Be you.
Yeah.
You're the blessing.
That's right. You're the blessing. I like
So whatever you're going through, be you.
Okay.
Find you.
Yeah.
That's how you get through your difficulties in life. 2 individuals come together to make a couple. And that's what we forget when we get enmeshed into these relationships. And so 2 individuals make a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
So when that relationship falls apart, find that beautiful individual again.
Okay.
And you'll find your new start.
All right. All right. Well, I couldn't have ended it on a better high note. And to top it off, I have to ask you, Shavaun, just like I ask every guest that sits on the comfy couch, this one question. And that is, Shavaun, what makes you beautiful?
You know what? I think the thing that makes me beautiful is that I am such an individual.
Okay.
And I think everybody's an individual, and I see the individual in everybody, and I think that there is something so beautiful about everyone.
Okay.
And because I see the beauty in everyone,
Yeah.
that's what makes me beautiful.
Okay. Well, I like that. And as always, that question never disappoints to give me a different answer and a different outlook on what is beautiful. So I love it. So I hope you guys loved it as well. Again, we're ending such a dramatic start to a nice positive end notes. And before I let you guys go, make sure you guys tap in because your girl can help you out now, okay? So make sure you guys go to my website. That's right, y'all. Beauty Told's got a website now, and it literally is beautteatold.com. So make sure you guys tap in, book your session with me. I am now very much opening my schedule so that way we could talk about it. If you guys just need an accountability partner, if you guys want to find out some of the things that I can be able to recommend in regards to healing, in regards to getting back into the dating world, in regards to how to get to that healthy relationship, all the things, all the things, all the things. Your girl got you. Okay. As your certified life coach, I now am giving relationship coaching to my beauties and gents, and I can't wait to be able to talk more about it. So we're going to get to that change. And trying to think, is there anything else? Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you guys so much. Continue to keep sharing, continue to keep commenting and liking, and just overall keep tuning in because I'm going to keep giving you them hot and juicy topics, and we're going to get to the bottom and the nitty gritty of all of that. And we're going to see the beauty in everything that is relationship and dating. So until next time, you guys, let's make a change.